Hi Sarah, my name is Amber, and I am a registered dietitian here at the clinic. What brings you in to see me today?
Hi, Amber, it's nice to meet you. I just had a visit with Dr. Rivers, and we noticed a change in my weight. I haven't been eating the best over the last few months, and honestly, I'm unsure of what to get when I go to the grocery store. Dr. Rivers mentioned to me which foods I should be eating and which ones to limit, but it is so much to remember.
Thanks for sharing. I believe I can assist you. Are you familiar with the food groups and do you know what macronutrients are?
I am familiar with the food groups. I've heard the word macronutrients, but I don't understand what it means.
Okay, to put it simply, macronutrients are energy-providing nutrients that help our bodies to grow, repair, and develop new tissues. There are three categories of micronutrients: carbohydrates, fats, and proteins.
How do I know which foods go with what categories?
I am happy to help you. Would you mind joining me for a little walk to the grocery store? I think it will give us the opportunity to see the different types of food groups and macronutrients while browsing the aisles, and I can share some tips with you, as well.
Sure, let's go.
Carbs are the body's main source of energy. When expending any type of energy such as exercising, carbs are the first source used. They exist in three forms, which are sugars, starches, and fiber. Sugar is a carb that is easily used for energy and rapidly absorbed. Starches are carbs that break down into sugar to be used for energy. Fiber is a carb that makes you feel full and assists in digestion.
Wow, I didn't realize there were so many different forms. I only thought of bread and rice as carbs. Which ones do you recommend I eat more of?
Anything whole grain is always a healthier option. Also, make sure your plate consists of fiber as well, which you can get from green vegetables such as broccoli.
Is there anything else I should remember about carbs? How much should I be eating?
On average, carbs are about 50 to 60% of your diet. For a more accurate number, I would suggest you speak with your primary care provider as they make recommendations based on your health status. Remember, carbs are good for us. They assist in energy production for exercise by being used as spare protein and fat. Break down our fatty acids. And aid in hunger by helping you feel full. Even though carbs are our body's main source of energy, high-carb diets are associated with a higher risk of disease like diabetes. It is also associated with excess weight. The extra unused calories are then stored as fat. Now let's take a look at the fats aisle.
Okay.
Fats are essential in storing energy in our body. When it comes to energy expenditure, the body uses fat as energy when there are no carbs left. They exist in two forms: saturated and unsaturated fats. Saturated fats are fats that stay solid at room temperature. Meats and dairy fall under this category. Unsaturated fats are fats that are liquid at room temperature. Oils typically fall under this category.
I assumed all fats were bad for you. I did not know they existed in different groups.
Yes, I will tell you about a few benefits later, but we do want to consume some fats in our diet. Again, like with everything, always in moderation.
Which fats do you recommend I buy when I go to the grocery store, and how much should I eat?
How much you should eat will be different for everyone. On average, fats are about 30% of your diet. Remember to consume healthy fats when available, such as avocado and salmon, and try to stay away from anything with trans fat. Fats have many benefits like regulating body temperatures, reducing inflammation, supporting cell function, and protecting your organs. Though we want to consume a healthy amount of fat, there are some fats that we want to limit and have in moderation. Reducing fat, especially saturated fat, is important to maintaining heart health and reducing calorie intake. Trans fat or unhealthy fats raise your bad cholesterol and lowers your good cholesterol. Unhealthy fats also raise your blood sugar and increase your risk of cardiovascular disease. And now let's take a look at proteins in the next aisle.
Great. Let's go.
The third macronutrient is proteins. They compose most of the body's cells. Our body naturally produces protein, which is our essential amino acid. Non-essential amino acids have to be consumed through food. In the event of malnutrition or starvation, protein is used for energy.
Thank you for sharing that. I eat a lot of chicken. Are there other types of protein I could eat?
Great question. Other sources of protein are lean meats like ground beef with only 10% fat, eggs, fish, nuts, and dairy like Greek yogurt. All have protein, but be conscious of those choices as they can also be high in fat.
I have the same question about protein as with carbs and fats. Is there a certain amount of protein I should consume? I really don't think I eat enough of it.
Protein is one of the macronutrients that we want to always try to get enough of because of all of its great benefits.
Will I lose my muscle when I work out and burn calories?
Not at all. As we increase our muscle mass, we can decrease our percentage of fat as well. Just remember to not go into starvation mode, that is when your protein or muscle is used for energy. The average American should make protein about 20% of their diet. Protein has many benefits like reducing appetite and hunger, increase muscle mass and strength. It also helps maintain weight loss, boosts our metabolism, and increases fat burning. Remember, high-protein diets are great because they aid in increasing lean muscle mass and weight maintenance. All protein is not created equal. There are a few that we want to limit due to different health reasons. Fatty proteins and deli meats are high in sodium and increase your bad cholesterol. Extra protein intake can tax the kidneys. Make sure to read the labels of what you are eating, as some foods that are high in protein can be high in fat and carbs as well. Now let's head back to the office. Let's review what we have discussed today. You can consume any food you like, but for the purpose of disease prevention and weight management, some must be limited and consumed in moderation. A healthy diet will consist of foods from all of our macronutrients. Do you remember what they are?
Yes, they are carbohydrates, fats, and proteins.
That is correct. Carbohydrates are our body's main source of energy. Fat aids in temperature regulation. And protein is beneficial for increasing strength and lean muscle mass. A few foods to limit that fall under those three categories include processed grains, fried foods, and red meats. Also, be careful with beverages, as some are high in carbs and sugar. Water is always the best option.
I feel like I have a much better understanding of how to identify healthier foods at the grocery store.
I am glad I could help. Let's go ahead and schedule your next session to talk about reading a nutrition label.
Yes, that would be great. I have been wanting to learn how to count my calories. Thank you.
You are welcome. It's been my pleasure talking with you today. I'll see you at our next session.